Edge of Eternities, here we go. And starting off with the Singularity Rupture, you gotta just take this card, and blue-black control certainly is a place I am very comfortable being. That was a great pack for blue-black control, so hopefully some good stuff makes its way back around. We are wrapping up here, Edge of Eternities, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty excited for a new draft format, although still pretty scared at what the next one holds. Okay, taking a look here, Starbreach Whale, Depressurize, the Dirge Craft, and Mechan are all good options. I love a good whale. So let's get breaching on some whales. It helps to set up some draws. We do want to look for some good removal and some good tempo plays. And certainly, of course, again, we want to get up to 6 mana to support this. Taking a look here, this pack is very dry. Very, very dry. I'm actually going to take a Ephemeral here. In case we end up splashing into red. That seems like a good option. I will take a Divert Disaster. Like Divert Disaster versus Embrace Oblivion here. I think I take the hard removal spell. If we can get some Cryogen Relics and a few things to make their way around, that's actually pretty good. I'll grab a Decode Transmissions here for some card draw. And I think maybe we do consider red. We're seeing some good red cards make their way around. That could help us with some lander production as well. Ooh. How about we just grab a Gigastorm Titan? Blue might be okay. We might be alright here. That was pretty good. Now we're looking at a Beam Saw versus a Cryo Shatter and a Command Bridge. Ooh, these are tough. I'm going to take the... This is really tough. I'm going to take the Beam Saw, actually. There's a Land Seeker. I don't mind taking this right now. Again, if we could find a couple of good lander creation creatures, Scrapbot, a few others, that could be pretty good. And I don't mind playing this land either. Okay, here we have a, really our only good option is Nanoform Sentinel, so we'll just grab that. Bridge for War is an okay combat trick. See, and good top end red. I wouldn't mind splashing for a few good red cards. Red Tiger Mechan, not particularly interested in that, but if we get a lot of warp synergies, we could do that. Kind of an interesting set of packs here. We saw quite a bit of blue and black. We saw quite a bit of that. Red seems to be very open. And now we're following up with a Cavaron of a Bombard. Nothing good here in blue, but Alpha Royale, pretty nice. We will take this. We do want to up our artifact synergies here for this, so we do need to keep an eye on that. Pack 2. What do I like? Probably the Faller's Faithful here. We could also grab another Land Seeker, or we could look at Cut Propulsion. I'm going to actually take the Cut Propulsion here. Faller's Faithful is an option as well. But I'm thinking we might be leaning pretty good into this. Okay, we have a Sentry, an Actuator, Moxite, Beam Saw. The blue cards are not impressing me. Maybe our splash is blue. That could be reasonable. Take another Beam Saw here. Our splash might actually be blue. I was like, I don't really have to play the Sentinel. Okay, we have a Monoist versus Bombard, Temporal, and a Comet. I'm going to take the Monoist here. Because we might definitely... There's a very good chance we go pretty hard here into red-black. Seeing really good red cards make their way around. Got a decent base in black. Could splash again for the Singularity. Maybe for Alpha Rael if we get heavy into the artifacts. Maybe even the Star Breach. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Another Alpha Rael is kind of interesting. I don't see why we don't take this. These are great if we can... These are great if we can get some other artifact synergies here, so keep an eye out for some relics and some dubious delicacies. I'll take a Dirge Craft here, I suppose. Do I need another... I don't really need another Nebula Dragon. Great pickup here on a Depressurize. I don't know, this draft's a little all over the place. Affinity for artifacts. Be really interesting. Especially if we can make a ton of them. I'm gonna take a Chrome Companion here. It's a two mana play that we can play. Okay, I'm gonna take the Nutrient Block here. Maybe there is a world. Take a Moxite as well. Maybe there is a world in which we want to try to jam this. Probably not, but... Got a Torpedo. Wow, Thrumming Hive Pool. Okay, what else do we like in the pack here? Steel Swarm, not as much if we're kind of stepping away from blue. Another Cup Propulsion's really good. The Beckoner is fantastic. I'd even take a Turbo Drone, but we just slam a Hive Pool. Act 3, pick 2, bringing us some interesting ones. We do have a Plasma Bolt. We have another Cup Propulsion. Mechanizoa here. Tractor Beam. I'm honestly thinking just another Cup Propulsion. Again, Mechanizoa is great. Tractor Beam. Like, I don't mind all these cards, but I really don't think our signals here are blue, are telling us blue. I'm gonna take another Land Seeker here to help up the lander production. We do get into the splash, make sure that we can support the splash a little bit better. Oh my gosh. Mutinous Massacre, pack 3, pick 4? Sure. On to a Turbo Drone. Now we have some real decisions to make. How about another Land Seeker? We'll take a Skittermaw here. I'm almost thinking... As crazy as this is, do I try to get the Sammy up and running? Maybe. I might actually shift that direction. I think we're going to have enough artifacts. We bring the Mechans in. And the Scrapper. That could be interesting. Take that, although I really don't know if we're splashing into the blue. Maybe we do a very light splash. Couple of colors. Grab a Sweeper here. Yeah, this was an interesting draft. Alright, let's put these in. I am curious to see what we can come up with here. I think our Sweeter removal is fine. Some card draw a little bit. Cut there. This is very interesting. So again, if I want to get kind of basically out of the blue, get rid of those two. Still have 17 creatures. We drop the Rupture. Brings me down to 15 creatures, 11 spells. One of those things, though, if we ramp up to Sammy, how good is Sammy going to be? It is a double striker vigilance, so maybe pretty decent. You know what? Let's try it. Something a little different. We do have the best top end in Mutinous Massacre, so we'll see if this can produce a couple of wins. Okay. I mean, Beam Saw and Mechan to play. We have a Decode. We can throw the Embrace. Gene Pollinator, look at that. How did I know? Wow, into a Brood Tender. Okay. I mean, the natural 3 colors. Look at them. I need to get my lander, so. Stymie a little. Sure. I mean, if they have nothing to play, like, this is my only hope here. 17 lands. Well, it's my luck, of course. I can just start zooing things back. Good thing is these don't have any abilities. Hey, look at that land. As much as I want to try to warp that in and get some value. Sure. Get rid of a Beam Saw. And this is just creatures. I mean, I'm just gonna take a massive amount of damage by the things that they attack. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Sure. Can I kill them? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I have to block this. That's so... Oh, that's so terrible. Three, 6, 7, 8. Problem is, it's not enough to double spell. This comes down, shoots that. Again, assuming they only can play the Drix. Yep. It's like if I Sammy... I think I have to Moxite first. Yeah, I'm just dead. Good game. Oh, that stinks, man. Sure. I don't care. Of course, I draw the 2 planes in my deck. Awesome. What's crazy is I still need a land. And they are literally all 5 colors. That's awesome. I just play a Landseeker here. See what they got. Worst comes worse, make a lander and make a turbo drone. Sure. Turbo drone, go! What can they possibly have in their hand that they can't play for 2, 4, 6, 7 mana? Oh. All removal. All removal and lands, maybe? Oh, at this point I just jam this. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. Got my own slag drill scrapper, my friend. It's interesting. I don't know if I actually would have grabbed land. Maybe they have a big spell, but Geomorph. Make it huge. I'll take 6. Sure. Yep. Let's get some 1/1s, baby. I guess I probably could have just attacked with both. Worst comes to worst, what? I take 1 damage here. Probably would have been worth getting in the extra damage. I'm probably in decent shape here. Assuming they're not hunting for a mutinous massacre. Okay. Turbo drone with backup cut propulsion. Seems fine. Actually wondering if I just killed this. I think I do. Shieldmate, sure. A land here would be great. Land, please. I don't actually know. I think it might actually be this. Ah, that would have been... That's probably a terrible decision. I need one of the planes. Yep, then you can eat that. It's really good. Sure. The problem with this ends up being I take so much damage here. Then all I do is basically get some chump blockers. They could play a single... I mean, if they could play an artifact, I'm in pretty bad shape. Okay. Interceptor mech in, getting back. Something. Oh my gosh, just all lands. Play an artifact here, I'm dead. Or kill one of my 1/1s. Game. Wow, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping it. All of my land seekers and all red lands. And watch, I'm not going to draw another land. That'll be my luck. Hey! Can't focus fire that, can ya? Monoist. I pretty well have to crack this. Sure. A land here would be pretty good. Okay. The funniest part, I literally can do this again. Sure. Sure. Yeah, they don't have to block this. But then I get mine back. Sure. Sure. Obviously, that's gonna die. Let's activate. Find ourselves a Swampy. I guess the other option would have been to get the Dirgecraft online. Which at this point isn't a terrible plan. Sure. Boosters. GG's. Getting aggro, baby. Alright, we made a few modifications to the deck. I ended up taking Sammy out and the 2 planes. I threw in the indestructible bread. Instead of that, I just felt like Sammy wasn't providing a ton of value. Great creature, but really, really hard for us to try to get down, and probably not where we want to be. So hopefully this smooths the deck out, lets us get to our late game of Thrumming Hive Pool and Mutinous Massacre, and then we can make some things happen from there. 3 colors, weapons manufacturing. Okay. I don't want to run into a divert disaster here, if I can avoid it. Gonna kill my beam saw. Okay. Attack! Rubber drone. Let's go. They have like all of our removal. They just play like big creature here. Dirgecraft kind of wrecks them. They're warping it in. Sure. Yes, they can crack for the land. Here's what land they get. I shall attack for 2. It's a turn. I have a feeling Territorial Bruntar is about to make his entrance. Oh, just the Mechanozoa. I guess I could have waited on that. Sure. Sure. So I just have all the removal. Sorry about this. I also have more removal in my hand. Really sorry. Sure. Guess they have a divert. I mean, they weapons manufactured a whole lot of munitions. Fortunately, they stayed stockpiled in the bunkers. Okay. We're gonna try it. Fast Harrier. Back in. Nice. I'll hold here. Sure. This gets me a Landa. Sure. They're missing a land. I am not. I'm just absolutely grabbing this. I have to. Please don't divert this. Oh, bro. That's backbreaking. Who plays that, honestly? Yeah, probably should have not did the land there. Sure. Ow. That's a pretty good attack. Mechan waiting in the wings. Rip a kill ship, sure. Pretty good. And this is just a lot of pressure. Get that off the battlefield, friends. What do we got? Warping in Starwinder. Sure. Sure. Okay. And attack. Pop a land. Oh, man. I mean, we were pretty firmly in control there. I guess, though, you know, they have a 7/7 out. I really couldn't have pushed any damage. But Landseeker and Beamsaw Prospector, even if they get their other 7/7 out, put a lot of pressure on. Plus, Slagdrill Scrapper's just going to start ripping lands and finding me stuff, and they're just drawing off the top. So felt like we were still in pretty dang good shape there. Now, granted, they could have. No, I would have blocked. Yeah. So, not a ton of good options for them. All right, on the play here. This seems fine. Try to get up to Landseeker mana, so that hopefully we can push towards our top end plays. Get a little Chrome Companion out, my little buddy. Now, if we draw another land here, I'm actually thinking we Melded Moxite. I think we just cut propulsion this. Let's draw. Or let's gain a life, excuse me. It's 4 lands, ensures that I can hit Land Seeker and then pop that on the next turn. Elden Moxite coming out too is pretty good. So Synthesizer. They had a double spell here. Yeah. Nice. This powered it. Oh, they chose not to do that. Interesting. Okay. Well, we just Land Seeker. No attack. Not really. Oh, maybe I do want to play the Scrapper. Kind of interesting. Sariema. What a Halia, nice. We draw another land here, we definitely Moxite. Hilderblade. Yeah, you can make the Hilderblade a 2/2. Okay. Let's go fetch up a mana. And we attack. And I actually think I do just play the Scrapper. Legitimately, what I want here is a turn where they're gonna warp out Halia and then play the Knight and then crew a whole bunch of stuff up. That's my expectation. This goes up at 7. No, they just straight played this. Wow. They have another Night Luminary? Nope, Rayblade Trooper. That is a mistake, I think, my friends. So Dirgecraft gets much worse here. This says other tapped legendary creatures control have instructed. Yeah. Flying Vigilance. They're going to be able to put the Hilderblade on something. Sure. Make it a 2/2. Sure. 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 Okay. Gain a life. We'll deal a bunch of damage. Let's start by Moxiting. And I'm going to throw the Dirgecraft. Perfect. I can Turbo Drone. Then I can embrace this. And what's interesting now is they don't have enough mana to do Luminary and Trooper. Yep. Sure. Yep, nice. We would need a removal spell here. Sure. Take 6. Good game. Tight game. Close game. Okay. Start by cracking one of these lands. Yeah. Turbo Drone, Land Seeker, and Land Seeker. Definitely forces some action here. Oh, I guess I'm just dead, huh? Oh, they messed up. Yeah, you get to draw a card and all that. Oh no, I'm still dead. Swing all. Huh. Well. In unfortunate fashion, I don't get to punish them. Holy lands. Yeah, that sucks. Good game. They just drew some better cards than we did. The Holiday of Life gain ended up being pretty impactful there as well, because we did a good job of getting them pushed pretty low, and could have tried to push through. But okay, this deck did fine. A couple of frustrating losses, that's for sure. That last game, if we rip a Mutinous Massacre off the top, we're probably doing fine. Even like a mono Circuit Feeder, honestly. Put some power toughness on the battlefield, be able to take out their 4/4 that was able to make things into 2/2s. I actually think we stand a decent chance of stabilizing that game. We just ripped a few too many lands. I think this should have been the deck from the get-go, to be honest. I think trying to play this Sammy was cool, but never really came to transpire. And I just don't think at that point, 6 mana, or even if we could ramp into it a little bit, getting it out of the battlefield doesn't really help us with a whole lot. What was great was Mutinous Massacre, and probably really what I should have been doing was just running the Fumarole, running Singularity Rupture as well, and just had a couple opportunities to just totally wipe the board, reset everything, play to both of those outs, and that probably would have been a lot smarter. If we would have went that route, I probably dropped the Nutrient Block, play this, and go something like this. And then maybe even look at an Alpha Rael, like a Red Tiger Mechan, just for some synergy there. So maybe that, and then put in an island, and maybe that ends up being just a little bit better. Still gives us good card draw, things that we're looking for, plenty of artifacts to be able to pitch to this if we have to go that route. And that probably would have been a little bit of a cleaner build as I take a look at it. So that's what we got here. Not a whole lot of time left for Edge of Eternities. So we've been doing okay. Last couple of videos have been pretty good. This one You know, I think this deck performed about where I expected it to. Certainly, I want to try to get to that 5-6 win category, but I'm going to be honest, as I think most folks are feeling at this point. If you've been playing quite a few drafts, I am ready for something new, but I am a little scared about Spider-Man and the pick 2 piece, and curious how that is going to end up working. So we shall see here very, very shortly. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. We really do appreciate it. On the road to 1,000 subs. We do pack openings every Wednesday, collector boosters, play boosters, all that good stuff. So be sure to stick around and take a look at some of that. And yeah, close it out here. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.